On Voodoo Forge, and I'm finally getting to my video where I'm taking a look at VEVOR's new 110 pound cast steel London Pattern anvil. Now VEVOR didn't send me this. I saw they came out with it and I ordered it, so it's just, I'll just tell you what I think of it. Let's get to looking at this thing. This is the 110 pound London Pattern anvil made by VEVOR. All I've done is got it fitted to an anvil stand right now. It actually came exactly like this, just with a shipping label taped to the outside. I think the box was destroyed in shipping. But anyway, so the same thing with any new anvil. It's coming, the machining looks good, but it's got very sharp corners. I've actually had it affixed to this anvil stand for a little while, so I got a little bit of surface rust on it in this weird weather we're having. But the first thing I've got to do is clean up the edges so they're not sharp, and work around this hardy hole a little bit, and just do a little bit of cleaning up before we use it. And I'm going to use some angle grinders and a die grinder. You can do this with a file if you want to, but let's get on this. Myself, I'm going to use flat disc because that keeps me from getting a little too wild, a little too quick. Dressed, so now it's time to look at it and kind of give you the dimensions on it. From heel to the end of the horn is 22.5 inches. It is 3 3/4 wide on the face. From the heel to the step is 13 1/8. The cutting table is 1.5 inches, and the Pritchel hole is 7/16, which is a little small. I'm thinking 5/8 would be a good size for that, but always drill that out. The hardy hole, for as small as this is, I mean, the thickest the heel is at the hardy hole is 2 inches, and at its thinnest, it drops to a 1 inch over here, 2 inches thick here. The hardy hole is here, and the hardy hole is 1.25 inches, which is just huge for an anvil this size. My Peter Wright has a 7/8 hardy hole, and it's fine. It's a 117 pound anvil. It's fine. I think a 1 inch hardy hole would be plenty on this. But overall, I like the shape. The finish was pretty good. It's pretty good on the horn. That's what I mean. I mean, it's pretty good. The shape on the horn is good. It's not, it's ground off here on top. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I didn't bother dressing the bottom of the horn. I can always do that later. Right now, I've got it in good enough shape to use. So that's what I'm going to do for a couple of days. I've got some work that I need to get done, so I'm going to just work on that. and use this as my shop anvil for a couple of days, and then I'll let you know what I think of it. That is a hot cut I made for another anvil. It doesn't really fit. Smaller brittle than I'm used to. A lesson learned. So your britcher hole is undersized, and the hardy hole for this size anvil, for a 110 pound anvil, it's just enormous. Been using a cutoff that I made for the VEVOR 132 pound, the blue 132 pound, and it's just swimming in there. But I mean, I was worried about this being a weak point, but hadn't broke it yet. All right, well that's it. I used it for a few days here in the shop, and really, I'm not mad at it. It performed well. It's got good rebound over the whole thing. It seems like it's going to be a lifetime tool. I mean, I could tell you more later, but I've got some of the other VEVOR anvils, and they're tough products. They're well made. There's always just something a little off with them, you know. And like the blue anvils, that crazy putting the pritchel hole on the horn, and this one with that ridiculously oversized hardy hole. It's they can't just seem to get it dead on. But other than that, it's a good anvil. Now, I'm planning on making some hardy tools that fit this, but I think I'm going to make a block to make them in, because I don't know about me taking a sledge and driving material in that hardy hole on that thin heel. I really like the shape of this anvil. You know, it's got kind of a Trenton-like shape to it. You know, all the old anvils work a little differently, you know, and feel a little different. But I like this one. It's okay. It's I mean, for the price, you know, you're looking at about $250. I'll put a link in the description. There's not a lot to complain about, except, you know, it's made in China. But it seems like a quality tool, and it would definitely do most small shops. I mean, if you've been using a 66-pound anvil or a piece of railroad track or something like this, this would be a decent investment. For the price, it's a good shop-size anvil, and it'll probably last you the rest of your life, unless maybe you break the heel off at the big hardy hole. So, but that's my thoughts on that. Just so you can get an idea of some of the evolution of these Chinese anvils, you've got the blue Achayos by VEVOR. That's 132 pound on the bottom, and then this is the 132 pound London Pattern Achayo that I got from Temu, or however you say it, a while back, and it's a good anvil. It's just, I don't like it because sometimes you just don't like things, you know. And then this is the London Pattern by VEVOR, the 66 pound. And out of all the Chinese anvils, it is the only one that I have encountered. No, I take that back. The Harbor Freight. The Harbor Freight and this one don't get something proportionally wrong. Like, this has got a 3/4 hardy, it's got a 5/8 Pritchell hole, it's good size, and it's the same on the Harbor Freight. But the rest of them all have just something wonky with the hardies or the Pritchell, or just, I don't know. You tell me. I've got videos on I think most of these. I'll put links